Okay, hello everybody. Welcome again to Sofox Goes Through the Arduino Projects book, the Arduino Starter Kit. Yep, this thing here. And we are moving on to an exciting chapter here because we are making a keyboard instrument. So, how exactly does this work? Well, as you can see from the diagram, we will have 4 buttons, and the key thing is that it'll pick up the voltage. Instead of having the Arduino read one single digital value for each individual button and say, is button 1 pressed, yes or no? Is button 2 pressed, yes or no? Is button 3 pressed, yes or no? We're doing it so they're all hooked up to all these resistors and got voltage on this side, ground on this side, and it measures the voltage depending on which buttons are pressed and exactly how many are pressed. So for instance, this is 5 volts. If this button is pressed here, then the 5 volts will go directly to the analog sensor, which will sense the voltage. So we'll get pretty much like 5 volts directly. If we get it through here, it'll go through a resistor, and that means that whatever voltage comes out here, it will be lower. And this one will be lower still, and this one lower still. And then if we press multiples, the voltage will go back up again because there's more. And I'm actually not 100% sure how this works right now. But the idea is quite simply different resistors, and different buttons, different resistors, and the idea is that it will sense a different value depending on which buttons are pressed. So there it is set up right there in the diagram. We'll use that as our guide because it is technically our guide, and we will try to get it set up like this. So here we go. Let me just move the project book just so that I can keep this from, there we are. So as you can see, the Arduino that we already had was hooked up so that it was to deal with it was hooked up so that it could deal with the light theremin. If you remember the light theremin, it was something like this. Yeah, there we are. This was the last chapter. If you'd like to know how to do this light theremin, please consult previous. Fun stuff. So, if you'd like to learn how to do that, obviously there's previous stuff, but right now we move on to this one. So first of all, we take out the piezoelectric thing. As you can see, it's still used in this. It's just we're going to be using a different one. We take out the photosensitive resistor because we don't need that, and we've got a resistor here. Now, quick thing of how you do it. Brown, yes. If you want to read resistors once again, brown is 1, black is 0, and orange means 10 times 3, so this is 1. Oh, this is 10 kilo ohm. Sorry. Yeah. So you can see brown is 1, black is 0. Now orange means 3, but here it means that 3 zeros, so it all calculates to 10 kilo ohms. I think we will actually be needing a 10 kilo ohm resistor. As you can see here, basically we need a 220 ohm resistor, a 10 kilo ohm resistor, a 1 mega ohm resistor, and then another 10 kilo ohm resistor. Fortunately speaking, I got the resistors in advance just to spare you guys from having to see me mumble around for the next little bit. So let's get this thing wired up. So first of all, we need the buttons. We need 4 buttons. It doesn't specific. Oh yeah, first we gotta remove extra wires so they don't confuse things. At least not immediately. Okay. So, let's start up the buttons. So one about there, and one about there, and one about there, yeah, a little closer, and one about there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool, button setup. We might as well set up the piezoelectric crystal. One of them goes to black, which is, yes, one of them goes to ground, and the other end goes to 8. So, I'll put it here so that one is at 1 and the other is at 5. Which Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, wait. I forgot how this is. It's so big, it's actually kind of hard to do this. So one is at 1, the other is at 5. So, you can always look for extra wires here. You can always look for extra wires in here. But for now, 1 goes into black, which is ground. Yeah, come on. It's in properly. There we are. One there. The other is in 5. 5 goes to 8. Mm-hmm. And there's a gap between 7 and 8 on the board, which helps us to point it in a little easier. Okay, so we got okay, that's that set up. Actually, you know what? Why don't we just quickly jump ahead and make sure that I can actually get this singing a tune on this. Just so I quickly remember, yes, it's tone. Yes, in order to get it saying a tone, you press tone, and it is tone with the number of the pin and which note. And the notes are, what's the notes? Yeah, it's about 200s, 300s. Okay, quickly. So let's quickly make sure that we can actually do this. So loop tone 8 300, and just run this into plug in the Arduino first of all, because that's an important step, and make sure that it's hooked up and everything, and sorry, let's just I do apologize for the noise. It's just getting it's going off the excuse me for 1 second. There we are. Great. That is a far less annoying noise now that I've actually compiled it properly. And now we can just power it off. See, wait. Yeah, now I can just unplug it. Okay, so now we have to set up how these things work. So, first of all, we hit a small wire that makes the first button of the top one live. So, just a reminder, Just a reminder, the left column is live and the right column is negative, because I've got them set up like this. And let's take a quick look. Then then I hit the output of this to, okay. Oh, I get it, yeah. The output of this to the output of that, and then the output of that to the output of that, and the output of that to the output of that. And then the output of that directly in. So, let's grab a green wire. Let's hook the output of this all the way to A0, which is our analog sensing device. Okay. Now, we need a bunch of small cables here. Or not. Sorry, okay. So, output of this to the output of that. And the output of that to the output of that. Oops. See, what I could have done is just had the output of each of these wired to this row here, or there's a couple of ways that I could have done it, but I'm just going by what the book tells me, because sometimes I just follow the rules, because following the rules is cool, yo. Sometimes. And the... Okay, so if I was to press this one right now, it would hook the voltage line directly through these things up to here, which would make it go immediately to high. But if I press any of these, nothing will happen because they're not wired to anything. So let's fix that. So the first one is, let's see. Yeah, so that's the mega ohm one, that's the 10 kilo ohm one, and that's the 220 ohm one. Now keep in mind, like I said, they have different coloring. This is 3-band with red, and brown, but apparently they've gone different with this. It doesn't make any sense. So 220 volt is linked up to this one, goes between here, and also voltage. As you can see, we've already got this button lit up to voltage. Now we're looking at the 220 volt and linking that up to voltage. And next up was the 10 kilo ohm one. No, wait, yes, the 10 kilo ohm one, the orange. Hook this up here. And this one with the green stripe is the 1 mega ohm one. We hook this one up here. And this is the final 10 kilo ohm. This just goes from the last switch just straight to ground. And I have to make sure I don't accidentally cross wires with the mega ohm one. There we are. I think that's pretty much it. Okay, all I need to do is hook up the actual code. And then we should be golden then. Int buttons -6, that's an array of buttons. Int buttons -0 equal. Okay, is that even correct? Yeah, I would have thought so. You don't. This is a mistake. You don't. It says int buttons, and now it says buttons. You're meant to actually. Okay, never mind. It's just. This is not how you're meant to do it. Okay. Okay. Clearly, I'm meant to set this up here. So let's just go to int notes. Okay. Int notes equal 262.294.330.349. That's just, and serial begin 9600. Do I need the serial? Probably. If I don't include it, I know I'll be complaining that I didn't enter it earlier. And then the loop, keyval, int keyval equal AMALOG or EAD A0. So this should give us up from 0 to 255. Let's see. Okay. Cool. I think it's time to actually, even at that, and after I take out the little tone thing here, because we don't need it just yet, why don't I just test to see how well this works just based on this itself. So, yeah, there we are. So, let's open up the serial monitor. Alright, I gotta plug it in apparently. And now I just know it's going to give it to them. Okay, I think I entered in a... Okay. Expected identifier before numeric constant. Are you telling me you're literally giving us the wrong syntax? This is exactly what's in the book. Int notes brackets equal. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, curly braces. Yes, there's a lot of different types of curly braces. Thank you very much for letting me know. Okay. Okay. So as you can see here from the serial monitor, it's giving out zeros. So let's try this one. Okay, so yes, this is the maximum value. This is a less maximum value. 5, and this is really low. Whoa. This is what 1 mega ohm does. It reduces your voltage a lot. So what happens if I press these? So this one is 9, about 999, and this one is about 508. So what happens if I press the two together? We still get about 999. So what happens if I press this one? Low. And what happens if I press it with this one? Okay, it's still 999. What if I press it with this one? Okay. So 9. So this is just... Okay. It seems to be whatever one is the highest one seems to determine the value. Like this is 5, but now it's close to 99. And if I press this one, it doesn't matter what I press below it. It seems to go it, because this passage here is obviously the fastest, and this is the second fastest and the low fastest. So yeah, I guess there's the answer. It's always the highest one seems to take precedence. That's kind of interesting, because this one is just a, I mean, you know, every route you press after this is just slower. It might make it slightly faster, but let's see, 514, and I press the second. Okay, so 508, then I press this one and I get up to 500 and thing. So it seems to kind of add the voltage. This is 997. Okay, there you go. Press the top ones have the highest, and then when you add them to, and they just seem, if you press more than one button, the top one seems to have precedence. Okay, so we've got enough of the theoretic. Let's just keep making this actual thing. So, yeah, I want to move it up a little bit just in case. So if it's, that means the top one pressed. If the top one is pressed, that value applies. Okay, this is bad syntax. They're saying is if it's, okay. Oh wait, hang on. Never mind. Okay, and I think we kind of get the rhythm here. Just paste this off twice more and change the values. So, 990, 505, 515. And 5 and 10. And 0, 1, 2, 3, and is there even anything I'd add after that? Else no tone 8. And that should be it. We should pretty much have our keyboard running now. Once I fix a missing semicolon in 3 instances. Okay, bring me to life. Sorry. And there you have it. There you have keyboard instrument using your Arduino and the Arduino Starter Kit. Thank you for your time and all the best.